Welcome to Peggy's Long and Strong class, Pilates class. Today's focus is going to be playing with these two words, strong and long. And we will be using a variation of stillness and movement to sort of emphasize how we build a truly strong body that is also long and supple. The breath is very important. I will be focusing on it throughout class, and I ask that in participating for the class, you make sure your space is safe. You're not going to hit something. Make sure you've got padding under you if you need it, a good mat if you have it. And today for props, we will be using either a yoga block, or you need a small stack of books, and a flex band if you have it, or a towel or a strap will work for most everything. I'll try to give you choices. So let's begin. Starting in parallel position, toes and heels in one line, about hip distance apart. And just a reminder, hip distance doesn't mean this hip distance here. It means straight down from your hip sockets. So it's going to look a little different on most people. You do want to make sure that your feet are not turning out at this point, or that you're not pigeon-toeing in. Let's lift up your arches and place one hand on your lower back and the other hand on your abdominals. This is just a way to connect and breathe as we get started. So inhale fully. As you exhale, slide your back hand down and your other hand up. So you're dropping your tail and scooping and lifting your abdominals to create that strong core engagement right from the get-go. So here we go, one more time. Great. And let's reach our arms up. Stay. Exhale, pull those abs in. So this conscientious slow motion is to help you begin to really truly integrate your breath with the movement. Inhale here. Exhale, pull those abs in, drop the tail, neutral spine, and push through the heels of your hands. So you glide your shoulder blades down your back and pull your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Let's drop our chin to our chest and gently roll. Just a little bit, not a lot. And heads in the middle. Take a breath into the back of the neck, top of the shoulders. And then as you exhale, scoop that stomach. Begin to roll vertebrae by vertebrae until you're hanging upside down. If rolling is not good for you, go through a flat back hinge. Right now you've got your fingertips tented. You're doing yeses and nos with your head. And then you find that band, which I hope you laid nearby you. Take it in your hands and roll your way up. One vertebrae at a time, returning. Okay, so turn your feet into a little V, zip those inner thighs together. Make sure your hips stay on top of the leg bones there so that you're not back behind yourself somewhere. And then take that band up with it, or strap, whatever you have. And I'll probably be saying band all through class, but you use what you have and it will be fine, I'm sure. Shoulders are down. And then you'll just tip yourself to your right and reach the left hand up strongly. Your head is framed by your arms. And then you inhale and lift up. Exhale, we're creating some opening, slow motions, zipping those legs. And back up. And then again. Yeah. And lift, growing a little bit taller every time. Exhale and inhale. Band down, loop shoulders up, back, and settle them on your back ribs. Let's step to a wide position. Take the band in front. We'll just warm up our hips and our knees with a little side to side. Good. One more set. Easy motion. And come to the middle, nice long legs. Double check your alignment. And then drop that tail straight down like you're sliding your back against a wall. And you hold. 2, keep breathing nice and even, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we pulse it. 1, small, 2, watch the tracking of your knees, 3, 4, and smile, 5, 6, 7, 8, and hold, 1, shoulders down, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we drop it, 1, and pulse it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, straighten those legs, take the band in front of your hips, circle the shoulders, set them down again, drop your ear to your shoulder, and then the other side, get rid of tension. Okay, here we go. We slide that back down the wall. We take the band over the head. And this time we do a little tick-tocks and a little quicker here. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Exhale, 6. Inhale, exhale, and you're breathing. You're working the obliques and you're stretching through your fingers. And nope, I can't sing, so I won't even try. And one more set. Center, drop it, and up. Very nice. So let's step together. Turn your feet so that you're in parallel again. And we're going into some high hip hinges. So a hip hinge is like a squat with neutral spine. So inhale, make sure you're stacked and connected. Exhale, send those hips back and reach the band sort of above your head. Trying to keep the shoulders sliding down your back. Your weight is going backwards, like you're looking for a bench to sit in here. You don't want to tuck. It's not good for your low back. The support comes from your abdominals. So you're holding, right? Excellent. Watch the knees. Don't let them do that. Okay. One more breath. And up. And we'll do 4 moving. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Okay, now you'll roll down again. Actually, let's not do that yet. Let's turn sideways. This will be an easier transition. Roll down. You're at the front of your mat. Crisscross your legs or just sit your hips to one side and pivot around. So you're not right in the middle of your mat, you're sort of to one end, which will make the next part a little easier. And put your band or strap down. Soles of the feet together is fine. Straight legs is fine. Crisscross legs is fine. If your hips are very tight, you might want to sit on a yoga block or a cushion so that the hips themselves are a little more relaxed and you're not in discomfort doing this simple little warm-up. So feeling those little points that you're perched on, the little sits bones, we'll start with a lift. So exhale, draw those abs in. Inhale, arms go up, and we hold and breathe. And breathe. Now, every inhale you grow a little taller without hiking shoulders up. Every exhale you engage more. The panel goes in towards your back. Right back in. Isn't it amazing how much effort it takes to stay tall? We're so used to slouching, so used to just sort of, and this is countering that and starting to build in a static way some deep support. Some of those stabilizers kick in to help you hold this. All right, one more breath and down. Okay, bring your arms to genie arms. So you place your fingers towards your elbows. Slide those shoulders down. Inhale. 3 little twists to your right. Come center. 3 to the left. And grow tall. And your center. And twist. 2, 3, and lift. Twist. Exhale. 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 Inhale. And inhale. Last set. Inhale. And inhale. Float those arms down. Tent them so that the arms are diagonally sloping away from you. Inhale, feel that beautiful length that you've created. Exhale, wrap to your right and look over your back shoulder. And you're lifting and holding in this really elongated, lovely, simple twist. In these holds, take the time to notice your breathing. Take the time to notice where you need to send some extra effort or energy, or if you're holding too much tension in one place or another. Be observant, be curious. One more breath. And come center. Inhale here. Exhale, go the other direction. And look over that back shoulder. Keep anchoring this hip that you're twisting away from. Don't let it lift. If your legs are straight, it'll be tempting to let the opposite leg, the one that you're twisting away from, lift. So press it down. How you doing? One more big breath in and out. And then center. Okay. If you're using a towel or a strap, you're going to pick it up and hold it in front of you like this. If you are using a fairly long stretchy band, flex band, you'll flip it over your back, loop it through the palm of your hand and hold it between the thumb and the pointer finger. So you don't need to do any fancy wrapping like that or anything. You just want to have it loop through. And then reach your arms wide from your back. And then pull your elbows in and feel the shoulder blades. Just going to do that one more time. I want you to feel the shoulder blade participation in this, how they sit on your back ribs. And then pull the band taut, inhale, and we twist, exhale, and center, and twist, and center, and twist, and center, and twist, and center, and twist, and center. One more set after this one. And twist, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and hands down. Okay. Fold your band or strap in half and place it up near you. Make sure you have your books or your block near the opposite end of the mat. Pivot yourself around. Sit nice and tall. And today we're going to, instead of putting your hands palm down, I want you to turn them so the palms face each other. And then slide those shoulder blades down your back. And they should be in your awareness track right now because we've been working a little bit with the band and trying to get the shoulders settled on the back rib. So without leading with the shoulders, but taking the whole spine, we will hinge. So you hinge back, shoulders stay down, abs are pulled in, ribs are trying to knit together, and then you push from here to come back up from your low back. Inhale, stack. Exhale, flat back lean. Hold it, hold it. Simple thing, building some deep strength. Hold it, and back up. And two more times. Take it back, hold it, smile, breathe. Whew. And back up. One more. And flat back lean. And then scoop and make your way all the way down. And this is where you may want the support of your books, of a block, of a pillow if you don't have the other things, just to lift your head up a little bit. So I'm going to work today with everybody with your head down, mostly because I can't see who's taking these video classes. And in Pilates, one of the complaints that I often hear is, oh, I took a Pilates class and I came out of it with a stiff neck, or I hurt my neck and my shoulder doing Pilates. Often that's because the form isn't correct, and since I'm not there to correct you, we're going to support your head and shoulders and take that out of the equation today, and really work from here, from the powerhouse, out in all directions, and learn about connecting the breath with an imprinted spine. So here you are in this nice supported position. You want to scoop that stomach in, so you press your back to the mat. It may or may not touch. That's not important. It's what's happening here that's important. One leg up and then the other. What I'd like you to do is take both those knees and just hug them in very close and notice what happens to your hips and your low back. And then back them up just a little bit and stretch everything straight up, keeping the imprint. Okay, arms are up, legs are up. I call this the abdominal wake-up call. We reach everything out away from the midline. Hands are moving parallel to the sides of the legs. You're in parallel with your feet. They're reaching away. Now, there's some options. You soften your knees so you can keep the scoop and keep your back towards the mat. Okay, you keep the legs up high if this is appropriate for you. You do not go past the point that you can control, because you don't want to be arching and doing something like that. It's not. Then you'll go up and say, I took a Pilates class and I killed my back. We don't want to do that. We want to keep integrating the work from the core and grow stronger and find those stabilizers and connect our breath. And then bring the knees in, hug, 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 hug. Send the legs up and reach them out. And you might vary at this time. You might go a little lower. You might not bend your knees if you did that before, or you might be in the same position. Bent knees is great. It drops you into those low abs really effectively. Very good. All right, couple more breaths. Just hold them in stillness. Whoever thought it would be hard to be still? All right. One more big breath. And then back in. Feet down. Put your book or block aside. Hands or palms down by your sides. You press your shoulder blades into the mat. We're lifting up and down, in and out of a bridge. And this is the order I want you to try to imagine. You fire your abdominals, and then your glutes right on the heels of the abs, and then the hamstrings last. So let's see if we can do that. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, abs, glutes, hands. Hold, reach out the kneecaps, press your full foot into the floor, press the top of your shoulders down, soften through the collarbone and top ribs here, so you get a little bit of a slight back bend in that upper back, but mostly we're working in Pilates on elongating through the front here. And on the way down, let's roll. Let's do spine articulation. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, one vertebrae at a time. Take your time so you don't clunk down. If you have a little sticky spot, a spot that's hard for you to move separately from other parts of your spine, be aware of that, because that's something that you could probably work on and improve. Okay, we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, abs, glutes, hands. Up, 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 you float, float, float. Oh, unhinge your jaw. It's a great place to bring your awareness back up to your face. Soften your eyes. Take a breath as you reach out your kneecaps. So distribute the energy through the whole body, and then exhale, roll. 1 vertebrae at a time. Okay, and let's put our soles of our feet together. Open our knees. Take our arms straight above our shoulders. And while we're opening our hips, let's reach for the ceiling with straight arms and feel the shoulder blades widen away from the spine. And then exhale, wrap those shoulder blades in like you're trying to pinch your spine with your shoulder blades. And then just give yourself a hug. Take a breath. Great. That was your little intermission. Bring your feet back to the mat, flat, and let's work on some more abdominal wake-up. So we did our little wake-up call. Now we're going to go into a version of single leg stretch. So your legs are back in tabletop. Your abs are the control center, the power, right here. Okay, so let's hug your right knee in and send your left leg out. with pointed toes. Remember, your head is up on a block or a pillow. Your abs are scooped in, your ribs are soft. And switch. And switch. Now this is a slow start. And switch. One more set slow like this. Feel the control. And switch. Stretch long. And switch. Now flex your feet. And we pick up the pace. Now, make a stop sign with your hands, stacking your right hand behind your left. When your right knee is in towards you, put your hand on your knee. Push and push and push and push and quicker. Last one. Great. Now, send those legs straight up. Uh-oh, here comes some holding. So send the legs out to not as far as you did before, just a little bit out of a diagonal. Take your hands and take a hold of your right leg as you draw it towards you and drop your left leg down. Do a little double pulse and then connect the legs again. Connect and hold. Connect and hold. Connect and hold, movement and stillness. Still. Nice. One more set after this one. And hug. Okay, circle your knees to the right. And circle your knees to the left. Where was I going after this? Oh, yeah. That's right. Here we go. So, you will need your strap or your band. And this whole series can be done without a strap if you do not have one. You would just follow without the strap. And it's still fairly effective for sure. So you want to put, if you lay on your left side, you want the band on your right foot. If you're trying to, if you're watching me and you're trying to do the same as me, then it would be the opposite. But you can certainly do this in the same way. So I've got the band on my right foot. I'm laying on my left side. I'm up on my elbow. I'm lifting my ribs. I'm stacking my shoulders. I'm stacking my hips. So there's some tension in the band. You're going to take your right hand, come from the top, take a hold of the band, and then set your knuckles down on the floor. It's your anchor, your little base. So you're not up here somewhere, and you're not moving your arm. It's stabilizing right like so. Chest is lifted. Lift that heel and foot. You're pushing out through the back of the leg and the heel, and we circle backwards. 1, behind yourself. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now push that heel and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep holding. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squeeze down. 1, slice up. 2, squeeze down, slice up. 3, squeeze down, slice up. 4, squeeze down, and 5. You're squeezing inner thigh to inner thigh in parallel, and I think this is 7, 8, 9, 10. Backward circles again. 1, a little quicker. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep lifting your ribs. 9 and 10. All right. So take this upper leg, cross it over, plant the foot down in front of the lower leg. You're still up on your elbow. You're still lifting your ribs. Flex this lower foot and lift the lower leg up and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. 1 more up and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Roll to your stomach. You can use something on your forehead if you want. You may just otherwise hover your head above the mat. Goalpost arms. Shoulders are down. We're going to start small and build. Inhale, lift the head, chest, and shoulders a tiny bit. Push the hips into the mat. Reach out these long, beautiful legs. And you lower. A little bit higher. Breathe it up. Inhale. Exhale down. And up again. And lower. And up a little bit higher. And lower. And a little bit higher. And lower. And then as high as your back will go, walk your hands forward, push up, hold and breathe. Try to keep the shoulders, if you can, down away from your ears. Lift the whole abdominal panel, stretch it out. Reach the toes behind you. Everything is just involved in this beautiful stretch and elongation. All right, lower. Slide your hands back. Push and settle. 2 breaths here. 1 more. Pivot around. Other side. Bend on your left foot. The 2 pieces are together. Left hand comes from the top. Put your knuckles down as your base or your anchor. Hips are stacked. Ribs are lifted. Shoulders are stacked. Oh, face is soft. You breathe, and here we go. You lift that leg up just a bit. Circle back 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now reach out that heel, and the legs are split, and you're holding. 2, keep pushing. 3, like you're pushing something away. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So press down, slice up 1, squeeze down, lift up 2, lower, lift up 3. You're breathing down, lift up 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift up, backward circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very nice. So we have one little tiny piece to do for this. You stay on your side, you take the upper leg, cross it over, you're standing on your foot. Keep the lift here. Lift this lower leg, and you lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's what I did on the other side. I don't want to leave you uneven, but here we go. On to our stomachs. This time we'll do slightly different. Instead of just the chest, we're going to add the legs. So make a shelf with both hands, stacking one on top of the other. Lower your head to the hands. I'm going to have my head up so you can hear me talk. But your head will be down here. Your legs are in a shallow V or small V. Hip points are pressed firmly into the mat. Abs are up. So you lift up your right leg like somebody's pulling your toe. Hold it. And lower. Then your left leg like somebody's holding your toe. And lower. Now both legs. And lower. One more, both legs to hold. And lower. Now sweep your arms back and make little bird claw hands. So your fingertips are pressed into your floor, your rug, your mat, wherever they're resting. And you lift the heads or fronts of the shoulders up. We're going to leave our hands down and just lift our chest and lower. We'll do that one more time. Just our chest, head and shoulders. Of course, everything, this unit does move together often. And lower. And now, let's lift the legs, the chest, and the head, but leave the hands down and use an exhale. So inhale here. Lift those abs. Here we go. Now float the hands up. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 6, keep reaching, 7 and 8. Very nice. Push back to your child's pose. Breathe into your low back. And this next one is a little, it's not complicated, but people get confused with it. So I will try to talk you through it as best I can. Before I show you the band pattern, I'll show you without the band because some of you might be doing it without a band. So you'll be in table position, supported, of course, by the abs and the back working in unison. That wrap. So you can think of it as like the internal girdle is one word some people use. I love silly ways to think about things. And so I think about a burrito wrap. It's like everything pulls in. Like you're wrapping, making a beautiful burrito, but it's not really a burrito. It's an internal strength. All right, so with the hands flat, knees below your hips, you will take one, shift your weight. Now we're not doing the exercise, I'm showing it to you without the band. This is what you would do first. You would have a straight leg like so, and you would simply pull in and push through that heel. And this is the exact action we're going to do with the band on the foot. Okay, so we're doing that. And then the next one is a little lift like so. And then the next one is sliding the foot to the side, center, up, and down. Okay, so that's what you'll be doing either with or without a band. If you have a band, you'll step your, let's use, I'm on my left foot, but whichever foot. The key here is to try to get your band even. You will hold it with the opposite hand. So it's my left foot, my right hand. Slide the knee back and come to table. The band is between my legs. So here's my left hand, here's my right foot. Okay. And press straight back, one long line, and then soften that knee and press out 1. The band should be going between your legs. 2, it's just a soft bend. Push strongly through the heel. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Hold. Lift your abs, slide shoulders down and pulse up. Small. 1, 2, oh yeah, 3, 4, family glute, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You go side, center, up, down, and side, center, up, down, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Are you on fire yet? And 8, and 9. One more. And good. Okay, this next little stretch in between sides, if your knees are not good, happy knees, you might not want to do it, but you take the leg you just worked, in my case my left, I tuck it behind my right, and I just push my weight back to stretch the left glute. So you could do a child's pose if this is not good for your knees or your hips. Okay, so one more leg to do. This is one I think students are always grateful that we only have 2 legs. We only have to do it twice. So band is on my right. My left hand takes a hold of the other ends. I set myself up in table. Straight arms, long spine. And catch my breath. And press straight back and hold. Oops, I'm too close to the reformer. Okay, there we go. And then little bend, press back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. A straight leg, pulse it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now side, center, lift, lower, slide it, side, up, down, slide, side, up, down, and 4, 5, and 6, small gesture, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10, and finish. Very nice. That'll get those glutes and hams. So right leg goes behind my left, and send my weight back. Only if it's okay with your hips and your knees. Otherwise, you do something like that. All right? And take one more breath there. I'd like you to pivot around. Come to the front of your mat again. So this is a Pilates roll-up. It's not for everybody. If you have not done roll-ups before, or you find that you either are having issues getting over your legs, or your neck is crummy, or you have osteoporosis, or any disc issues, this is what you will do. This is a half roll back. So you're sitting tall, and you'll scoop in your roll. You'll hold it, and come up. That's what you'll do about 10 times. If you have been doing Pilates, are healthy and strong, we will do a roll-up. I love the roll-up because it really truly integrates the breath with the action. So exhale to drop those abs in. Inhale to start to lift the arms, the shoulders, and look at your toes. Exhale, you scoop deeply and reach for those toes. Shoulders stay away from your ears. Inhale, begin to roll down. Get your low back down first, then your ribs, then your upper back, finally shoulders and head. Inhale here. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Exhale. So my legs are in parallel with my feet, like I'm standing on the floor. In other words, I'm reaching up my heels and flexing at the ankles. This is sort of the contemporary stock version of a roll-up, which we'll just stick with this today. There is a classical style, which is lovely and a little bit harder. So you roll all the way down. And 4 more. Use that breath. Now here's where you get stronger, right here. You scoop those abs in. You keep energy in your legs. And you get your lower back down first, then your waist and low ribs, middle back, upper back, and land. 2 more. And notice I'm not like throwing myself over my legs. That is not the object. Okay, let's put our band aside. Walk our feet in. Lift our hips back up to that bridge. Hold it and allow this just to release and elongate. And then place your hips down, cross your right knee, a foot over your left thigh, opening the right knee. Pick this up. Let's give yourself a little stretch after that band work and the roll-up. Hold and breathe here. So this is part of the creating the length and suppleness. And then switch. And you're breathing, right? And observe. Observe how you're feeling. Every step of the way. That's how we learn about our bodies, about where we need to focus our attention, about what is best for us to be doing. And roll to your stomachs. This is another little stretch. So this is an asymmetrical bow, meaning we do one side at a time. And I like it because it opens up the quad, and which is your thigh, and the hip flexor. So I'm laying in such a way that it will be my right hand that will take my right foot. Now, you can hold your toe, you can hold your pant leg. You want to hold whatever you can reach without straining, because that's counterproductive if you're straining to hold a stretch. And then you make sure you push your hip point of the right side, if that's the foot you're holding, into the mat. And then you can rest your head to start, because the goal is to open this side of the body first before we do the back bend. So breathe into this. Keep both hip points or sides of your pelvis equally weighted on the mat if you can. Imagine your thigh muscles stretching and elongating. Roll your right shoulder back and down. And you're breathing into it. Now, on your next inhale, so we're going to use an inhalation for this. Inhale, you lift and push the foot back and come into a bigger back bend, and you hold. The left leg is straight and strong, not passive. One of the things I love about Pilates-based exercise is every single exercise is using pretty much the whole body. We try not to just have something unengaged, but it's a total body involvement. One more breath. And lower down. Okay, you can rest with your head on your hands if you want, but we are going to do the left side. So start with opening up the left, pressing the hip point down, breathing into the tight places. And do about 2 more big breaths. And as you feel ready, using an inhalation, you push the foot back and lift. And you smile and you hold and you breathe. And then let go of that foot. Bring your hands back by your shoulders. Push to table position. A couple of cat-cows before we come to standing. And one more. Tuck that tail under, puff up the upper back, let the head hang gently. And back to your neutral spine, not a back bend, just neutral spine. Tuck your toes, rock your hands back. You're hanging over your legs. Now remember, if this is not good for your back, have a flat back if you need to. You always need to say, what is the objective of what I'm doing? Let's stack up. And what will benefit me the most? That's what we're looking for. Okay. So going back to our band for a little bit of hip hinging again, which is the reason I do a lot of hip hinging is it reinforces neutral spine, and also it's the method that you should be using to do activities in life. So in other words, instead of reaching for something like that, you should drop down and reach for something like that. I have one of my oldest dog, I have to help upstairs all the time. She can't quite do a couple of stairs, so this is how I pick her up. I go down, I pick up my dog, and I use my legs, not my shoulders, not straining to pick her up. Granted, she's only 40 pounds, but still. All right, so here we are, back in neutral. Hip hinge. Now, this time it's a little different pattern. You push into your feet, you come on up. I want you to stand here and take a breath and notice how you feel here as we are about to wrap up class. Come up on your toes, stay tall. Use that internal control and strength. Tap your heels down, bring the band down. Step wide. Do your little plie. Hold this. Drop the tail, hug the abs. Notice. Come up. Slide your foot in just a hair closer. Come up on your toes. You look like a big X, I hope. And you breathe. heels down, and then bend right in front, and we go back to shifting, weight shift. Just easy. One more set. Come center, and step together. Take your arms up. I often go back in my classes at the end and revisit some of the warm-ups we did, and I put them in the cool down because I feel like it's valuable information for people to notice how they feel at the beginning of a class and how they feel at the end of a class, and often it's easiest achieved, turn your feet to parallel, by repeating some motions. Take the band behind your back, slide it down, look up, push your hips slightly forward, soften your knees and fold. Remember, you can stay in a flat spine if that's best for you, otherwise you drop your head, you breathe into your shoulders, you unhinge your jaw. You curl your way up. Going to drop your band. Going to take your arms up like we did at the very beginning. Feel from your fingertips to the heels of your feet. Make sure that tail is dropping down and the abs are scooped up and in. Inhale, grow a little taller. Exhale, lift your chest, push the hips forward. And you are done. Thank you for joining me today. It was a pleasure.